and gentlemen, boys and girls, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Ultra Sud podcast. And if only you guys knew the conversation we have before the intro, then A, we probably would be sacked. B, you probably would have watched. But Kotzi, I was about to call you matey boy. Kotzi, how's it going, mate? Yeah, shake my hand.
It's another Friday.
I washed my hands this morning.
Good to be here. Sorry, it's still some games on live. We've got it on in the background. But
okay, look, to address the elephant in the room, and no one. That's rude.
That's
We've got the Man United Barcelona game coming up. It's the 70th minute as we speak. It's 1-1, 3-3 on aggregate. Ferran
Torres joins us.
As you can see, I'm a Man United fan, so I know for all you podcast purists might be there going, oh, you're not concentrating on the podcast. Well, guess what? I'm not. I'm watching the game, okay? It's a huge game, but at the same time, we're going to get a live reactions, which would be cool because we could be on track to go into extra time and even penalties.
We do things differently here, don't we?
We do things differently. I mean, just look at him.
Ferran, how you going, mate? Do you want to talk to... Oh, Xavi, how you going?
Xavi, so thoughts on the game?
All the best.
That's what I thought. All the best. Also, my throat's a little bit cooked as well, so if I sound like a peanut, then please don't blame me. And if you can see my legs quite clearly, I'm shaving them in a couple of weeks.
Just with the peanut joke, I think everyone that watches normally would think us as peanuts. I don't think it's just because your voice is weak.
Yeah, I think you look like one, but I sound like one. What?
Again, face for radio, and somehow we're on a podcast.
No,
that goes
fine.
on YouTube.
Kotzi, you know what? We have fun. Kotzi, how you been?
Can't complain. Another week, another game tomorrow.
Who you
Bentley.
playing?
We've got Bentley at home at CB Smith. So
At home. Well, not home.
not home. It's new home, but home. We train there during the week. So what about you, Costa? Big week this week for you and the 1-0 franchise, the team.
Yeah,
Can you give us a quick rundown of what happened?
Yeah, it's been full on at the 1-0 Enterprise.
CEO's a bit tired, is he?
Man, I'm cooked. Futsal on Sunday night last week was unbelievable.
I heard the result.
7-6 against a team that we've never beaten before, lost to them semi-final. Lost to them. I tell you what, if you do want to watch a game, watch it. YouTube 1-0, unbelievable that game. 6-4 down, came back 7-6. I scored and I did the DX celebration.
Oh, you didn't do?
Nah. I just.
Is that's coming out?
That's
soon?
coming out in the grand final.
That's what we like to hear.
Make it first.
When is it again?
Last game is this week, and unfortunately with no Matty Boy and no senior, so we got a couple of suspensions.
Matty Boy senior, mate, pull your heads in.
And then next week, we still have to kind of win this week, and then next week, Lucas K is actually playing goalkeeper for us on Sunday. Yeah.
Hopefully, if he doesn't step up, I'm coming for him.
Yeah, because we need a goalkeeper, and I think Owen will be making a return too. So Casemiro, meanwhile, is limping off sore, but he'll be good because he's a big Brazilian
Is he playing?
beast.
Is he getting the call or not good enough?
I think he declined. Not sure why we declined. But yeah, then we had our first open training session on Thursday night.
11 aside?
Starting 11 aside through Collingwood City, which was pretty cool. We had a good little turnout there, so expression of interest was actually did correlate to the amount of people that sort of turned up. So I just shat myself about the microphone. Hold on. It should be sweet.
All good. Got it. All the best.
Go Bruno. Hit it, Garnacho. Hit it.
Oh.
Hit it, Fred.
I'll get it.
Hit it.
Have another
Anthony.
go.
Anthony.
Oh,
Come on, son. Come on, the boys.
That's not Rashford.
That's...
Damn, my week just couldn't.
Come on, son. 73rd minute, Anthony goes up to the camera like this. This is why we do it during the podcast. Cortanas.
My week just couldn't get any
Oh,
better.
the boys are going off. Actually, no, that's my dad. He said, let's discuss. Come on, the boys. Come on, son. I tell you what, Kotzi. What did you say?
Yeah.
The feeling there's Fergie. My man, Fergie. Come on. Oh, fuck yes. Look at that.
Probably can't keep that in, but
No, I'm keeping it. Who cares?
Anyway,
Who cares?
we gotta keep this
Anthony,
going.
the Silver Fox.
The Silver Fox.
Matty Boy, no, Kotzi. Look at Bruno here. Rafinha, the former Leeds man. Go back to Leeds, you absolute peanut. Bruno takes it off him. Luke Shaw does a little back heel. Roberto Shawlos, is that what they call him? Roberto Carlos. Puts it in, Garnacho, shot gets blocked. Fred, shots get blocked. Falls to the other Brazilian, puts it in the bottom corner.
Good finish, that one.
Anthony, look at that. Ball's bouncing. Ter Stegen, pick that one out of your net. Sorry, I was about to... Oh, anyway, where were we?
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was good.
Man United just
A
go
bit
4-3 up on aggregate. And
I'm sorry. I'm good.
1-1 at home. Wait,
It's 1-1 in the...
No, it's 3-2.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's 3-2.
I'm out of breath.
Oh, it's 2-1 here. And then 4-3 on aggregate.
Big I just come in. What a goal. And the goal emoji.
Goal emoji.
Unbelievable. So we're 2-1 up, 4-3 on aggregate.
15 minutes to go.
But I can't lie, I'm out of breath.
Look, I'll then, if your throat hurts, we'll just get straight into it. We'll get into the Premier League news. Aston Villa 2, Arsenal 4. Arsenal back to winning ways after a couple of results and dropping points.
It wasn't easy.
Wasn't convincing. They went 2-1 down. Watkins and Coutinho score, and then Arsenal bring it back with a 94th minute goal, an own goal from Emi Martinez, and then a 94th minute open goal from Martinelli to seal the win for Arsenal. Looks like the Arsenal train EPL title race is now back on for them. Well, it was never off, but 2-point lead now. So hopefully,
I think they needed that. It didn't come easy. I mean, I was out at the 21st, and there was a couple of Arsenal fans there, and we saw Villa go 1-0 up. Like, oh! And you could imagine, a bit of alcohol plus football. Went through a little bit
goes together well, that
went
one.
through a little bit of how's it going talk, but Rashford, who, I'm sorry, Ronaldo, who, that's what my dad said. Ronaldo, who?
Xavi does not look impressed.
Fuck off, Xavi. Iniesta was always better than you anyway. John, how's it going?
Look at these Man United fans. Jeez, one game, Jesus.
Speaking about winning one game, Real Madrid won one game 5-2.
We'll get to
touch
that
on later.
But
look, Arsenal, I think they needed that. Arsenal, they're still in prime position, I think, to win it. But it's got to be neck and neck.
It is. Of course, now when your rival team drops points to Forest, and as I've got here, Manchester City gets stuck in the Nottingham Forest.
Jesus Christ.
It was actually kind of hard work this morning in Panenka trying to get some notes done.
That's bad.
But yes, 1-1.
He got lost in the Forest. Ball found him.
Chris Wood, I think, scored in the 86th minute. Of course, they went 1-0 up with a Bernardo thunderstrike.
Yep.
But of course, is it now? Of course, it's only 2 points. Still many games to go. But is it starting to fall away for City? Dropping points at Forest. As we said last week, they could go on a run. They could dominate. But it's the points that matter.
I think the 4-2 scoreline for Arsenal is generous, and I think it doesn't show the game and show everything. So I think you look at that, you go Arsenal won 4-2. Okay, they might have copped a couple of consolation goals here and there. They were losing, and they didn't look as convincing. Yes, near the end when it mattered, they put through. I think that's what champion teams do.
Yep.
However, I think now more than before, they look a little bit more likely to drop a couple points. I'm not saying lose games, go on a big losing streak, but they look like you could maybe pinch a point from them if Arsenal were travelling to you. And this is what teams will start to do now. Because you look at the other end of the spectrum, these relegation battle teams, they're going to start playing for a point. Because now a point for them is almost worth 3 in some circumstances. So they're going to start to play a little bit differently. That's where we see teams start to sort of, at home, let's get a result. So it's going to be tougher now in this end of the season just to grind out these wins. And Arsenal now, this will prove where they are. Prove where they are as a club and also prove, I guess, the future for them a little bit too, in the sense of if they can start grinding out these little 1-0 wins, 2-1 wins coming from behind, then you go, okay, Arsenal's the real deal. But at the same time, I do actually think, I know it feels like every week we start changing it, but the more games that pass, it's like, it's Arsenal's league now. City, I think, will win it. Now it's Arsenal's again. I think, because they've still got to play each other one more time.
They do in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think that one will obviously be the pretty big decider.
I think, again...
If Arsenal win that, they win the league. So.
No, I agree. I think it's a little bit different to the last couple of title races we've had between Liverpool and Man City. It's, the same points and it's just back and forth, wins. It's coming down to the final day.
What a ball. Sorry, Kotzi. Garnacho played an unbelievable ball in the middle. Squares it in.
Oh, dearie me.
Has he not got connection onto that?
Jesus,
Fred,
that's
what a tackle.
That's a tackle. He said, don't come to Man United, Frankie. No, I agree. I think it's, again, a little bit different to more title races we've had in the last couple of seasons, which is...
because we still don't know, and it's hard to... I mean, we know now Arsenal's a good team. We've got to give them that credit. Go right. Rashford.
Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ.
I think, in Liverpool's second, third season when they were good, we knew what Liverpool was like.
And I think even
now Arsenal's new.
I think with that, I think we know what we're going to get from City. I don't know what we're going to get from Arsenal. And again, going 2-1 down to Villa, you think, oh, okay, maybe they're done. But you can see that there is a bit of fight at the moment. But at this rate, I know we always ask the question. And I think it'll probably be, we'll have to ask in the next couple of weeks and see how they both go. But at the moment, sorry if we stop again. We've got
There's 10 minutes to go, so just help us out for 10 minutes. You can just pay attention, put on some popcorn. But Chelsea, there's obviously Chelsea too. Chelsea are in a big hole. You've seen Michael Bridges is on Optus Sport, used to play Newcastle Jets, etc.
Yeah, Leeds United, yeah.
He just 31 points. He was in a relegation battle.
Well,
he was taking the mickey, but Chelsea are very poor, and I feel for Graham Potter.
Yeah, look, again, I was listening to a podcast at work, and they were saying, how he goes about, not because someone said he doesn't care as much because he doesn't yell on the sidelines, and I think the difference between being at Brighton is because they're in the mid-table, sixth, their expectation isn't as higher, to have that, have a go in the media or when there's a press conference, bite back. And I think because that's the person he is at the moment, because they're not seeing that at Chelsea, they think he doesn't care.
I can't say if that's a stupid call, to be honest with you, for whoever said it. You look at Sir Alex Ferguson. How many times did you see Fergie off his chair, absolutely ripping into a player? I don't think. I think for that shovey, even that we're just seeing on the screen, yes, he gets animated, but you're very rarely going to find, like Mourinho's one, always looks like he's just sitting down when he's coaching. And then obviously there's different periods where he gets animated and stops.
I think it's not just even on the pitch. I think it's outside interviews because again, we know a Mourinho is going to give you something, a Klopp's going to give you something, all these different coaches, and that's fine. But I think just because, say, Brighton, they're not as big of a club, you're not going to get a bit of a bite back. But because Chelsea want to see that, and I think there was something about a foul or something during the week. I think it was last weekend or some European game. He didn't uproar or, he probably is just a little bit more calmer or just doesn't, because again, Brighton, you're not doing that, I'm guessing. But yeah, again, Ward-Prowse free kick. He is one away from beating the record. So Southampton get points. 17 free kicks, so he's going to beat David Beckham's record for 18 if he gets another one. But they lose 1-0. Southampton's still on the bottom. We'll get to they do play Leeds away. It's 20th versus 19th this week. 3 points is going to be 6 points. This is a 6-pointer at this rate. But again, a win at Chelsea is good for them. It's a good start. Hopefully they can get off the bottom. But yeah, at the moment, a loss. It was 2 losses in a week for them. Dortmund away and then Southampton. So it's not looking so great with all the money they've spent.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what they do in the off-season as well, whether they do go and sign a bunch more players, whether Potter is even still there. I mean, we know Chelsea's track record with that sort of stuff. This game is absolutely as open as... I can't say what I was going to say. Garnacho
that's a foul.
Done unbelievably well and just got absolutely choked right at the end. He just skinned 3 players there.
He does. We'll continue on the EPL. Liverpool head down to Newcastle and win 2-0.
Oh, here
Scored
we go.
2
now
goals.
Let's talk about Liverpool.
Oh, we can talk about Liverpool.
Every other week. Liverpool.
Oh, we won and then we lost. So don't get me wrong. I'll put it in the notes.
Exactly.
We'll talk about how shambles we were during the week. But
that. Nunes and Gakpo on the score sheet, so it's about time they actually did something.
2 goals in 17 minutes. There was a little bit of talk during the week, like, is it starting to work? Because Gakpo's playing out wide. Nunes is... There's a little bit of talk about that.
Gakpo seems weird. I think there was weird calls about him before when you guys
there was
more in the sense of not as him as a player, but more in the sense of him at Liverpool. Honestly, I look at just everything and I go, it just feels weird.
Man, again,
maybe because we knew, we obviously saw how good that Mane, Firmino, Salah 3 was. I look at Nunes, I look at Gakpo, I go, it just doesn't.
It still hasn't clicked yet.
Salah looks so out of place.
It doesn't look right. Again, don't get me wrong. They've scored in the last couple of games, whatever, but it still hasn't set in yet. But again, we hand Newcastle's first loss at home.
It's good.
Nick Pope gets sent off right before the League Cup. There is rumours that he may play, he may get out of it. I've
Why?
seen stuff.
What, does he know the Pope?
You'd hope he didn't, but yeah, probably get the two match suspension, League Cup,
Good.
and
I
final.
I love some of the reactions that were coming out, like the guy, like pitch side,
He
like
literally
Reeve and stuff.
Yeah, mate.
They were sitting there, and they see Pope gets sent off. That's a historic photo, by the way. Pope gets sent.
If that was a Champions League, yeah, I'd say it would. But come on, man.
No, but put it in the context of where this Man United team was last year, which I think people were very quick to forget. Ten Hag came in with so much scrutiny and so much, oh yeah, he does it at Ajax, but can he do it in the Premier League? He's come in, got rid of Cristiano Ronaldo. Literally, he goes, I don't care, Ronaldo, if you leave. Not many other managers have the balls to do that.
No,
And
I
has
agree,
made the team his own and has flipped Old Trafford upside down within the space
Careful
of
that.
just under a year.
Look, you are correct. Yeah, no, again, sorry.
Sorry,
No, it's good. It's good. We've got something live going.
But yeah, the Pope thing will be very interesting. I mean, I love to see Pope comes in and Dubravka goes cup tied because he played for
Yes, correct. And the rumours are it's Karius. So this could be. He loves finals.
Yes, we're winning the
He loves
treble.
finals. Thanks, Karius, for ruining my 2018 year of Liverpool winning their first trophy after a great Champions League run in 2018. Anyway,
I think that was a great Champions League.
we will do a little bit of a preview soon of the League Cup, but Man United ease past Leicester 3-0. Rashford, another 2 goals. 14 goals this season in the league. Only 4 points behind City. I don't think it's going to be...
Look, we're in the title race. Are we going to win I'll take my bias cap off. Are we going to win the title? No. However, weirder things have happened. Koch has become a permanent co-host on the podcast. So
there you go.
Weirder things have happened than Man United being in a title race. So,
look, you are correct. And then also Sancho coming in the squad. Started today, actually, which is good to see. He looks like he's
I'm buzzing for him.
refreshed. And I think seeing also now this happening with him, Ten Hagen's not just a football coach. You can see maybe he's a more smarter person to go, hey, you need a mental break or whatever.
He seems like a good player manager too, and a good
manager. That's what
I think we've lacked a little bit. I think that's probably the one thing that the players maybe have expressed when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was there, was that they actually built a good relationship.
Yeah.
I think with him, he just lacked the footballing knowledge and
yeah.
just the coaching knowledge. But again, it does a lot, and I think nowadays, these old school managers realise they have to adapt a little bit because players are different.
Oh, 100%.
The world we live in is different, and I think Ten Hag is definitely coming into the mould of one of these modern day sort of managers.
I do agree. I think you can see
McTominay.
You can see he's a little bit of a hard ass, but
Yeah.
I think there's that understandable in it, and especially with Klopp when he came into Liverpool, you could see that it was a little bit more of a manager / people's person kind of thing. Look, we give him a round of applause. Well done, mate.
Standing ovation for Marcus Rashford, please. That's my knight in shining armour.
So,
Knight the guy.
again, not many big fixtures. We just got Alex Mitchell, Pauline, and what's the other? What's his?
Old Trinity.
Old Trinity coach. That's a team that we'll be looking at in our local
No, it's not.
part. No, we're not. Okay, all the best. State 5. Anyway, only 2 big fixtures this week. We've got Leeds, Southampton, which you spoke about a little bit. Chelsea travel to Tottenham. That could be... Well, no, Chelsea normally go to Tottenham Stadium and get a result in the derby, but Tottenham, you could say they won after losing to Milan. Anyway, we'll head on to the Champions League. We'll quickly run through to get 3 games that happened, or 4, and then we'll talk about the big one.
These ones will go through quick.
Napoli cruise
2-0,
past Frankfurt. I was going
2-0,
to say a joke,
Oh.
but because Frankfurt's a sausage, I was going to put a pun, but I couldn't put it in. It worked in here, but it didn't work on the typer. You know what I mean? Anyway, Victor Osimhen scores again, 20 goals in all competitions.
He's a gun.
Here's a
gun.
Question for you.
I'm going to show you a TikTok that I saw before. I can't say what it was here, but I'm going to show you a TikTok.
Question for you. Napoli, dark horse in the Champions League. Of course, probably going to win the league. Dark horse?
You can put them out. I don't think they'll win it. But
People, I don't know who it was, but they were saying Napoli's going to win. It was something on Twitter, but
I don't think they'll win it. I think
Quarterfinal, maybe?
Could make a quarterfinal, even shock in the semi-final. But again, I guess win the Serie A. They got to win the Serie A, I think.
Oh,
That's
100%.
pretty much
I think
given.
it's done.
Liverpool, Real Madrid. Kotzi, just take a breather for 2 seconds. Liverpool got 5 goals. And this isn't the combined score over the 2 aggregates in the 2 games. This is just the first aggregate. 5-2 to Real Madrid. And look, Real Madrid, they're an unbelievable team. We know that. But this is Liverpool. Liverpool fans, don't forget when you guys were claiming, the team of a couple seasons ago was the best team of the Premier League in the last decade. All that sort of stuff. Oh, what a through ball. Speaking of the best team of the decade, McTominay's playing striker. Garnacho's got to take it past one as well. But look, Liverpool, you guys are... Alisson, put some respect on the other goalkeepers' names. Because I'm hearing Alisson, best goalkeeper in the Premier League, best goalkeeper this and that. No. De Gea is better than Alisson. Yes, his form was a little bit has it going. But now Alisson is entering that era. If not, he's
Which era, sorry?
head deep into his absolute shit
Look,
house
I
era.
can. I don't know about that.
Yes.
I
5 minutes? Where have they pulled 5 minutes from?
don't know about that. Really bad error. Like, don't get me wrong. One of the goals he conceded was
he's doing
he
this.
kicked it straight into him. He did what Courtois
He's
did.
doing this once a month.
What, 5 goals?
No, just silly passes. Or if he's not conceding them, he's always stuffing
Well,
up
one
of
of
these
again,
passes.
one of them kicked it straight into Vinny. Second one, the own goal. There's not much you can do, and that's any keeper. I'm not a keeper, but like he's still a good keeper.
We know. You're not a keeper, get it?
Yeah, we do. If you're, we
It's a
can
joke.
talk about women jokes maybe later.
But yeah, look, Liverpool, they're poor. Virgil van Dijk hasn't been
Very
the same
poor, no,
since
no.
his ACL, which I think would be like. I'm not just trying to be an asshole there. I think like he just, hasn't been the same since his ACL.
You're right.
Gomez had a stinker.
Gomez, I think, always is the brunt of it because, again, Virgil, what he was and who's going to be the centre-back pairing, and he always cops it. And Joe Gomez, and I'm not... He is a very good player. I think just things don't fall his way, like, again, the own goal, and then they just blame him, which isn't good. Again, I've seen on social media, like, Twitter was going nuts about him. He's a decent young player. I just think at the moment, injuries, and he just hasn't got it right. Like,
How old is
to form.
Gomez now? So I feel like he's
20,
maybe not as young as what we think.
20 something. I'm not 100% sure. But look, as a Liverpool fan, it was demoralising going 2-0 up. And I saw something yesterday on I think it was Instagram that when they went 2-0 down, everyone went Real Madrid players, calm. Like, but that's again, they are champions. They've done it before, and I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to back.
Yeah, I've got them.
Vinny Jr. again was on fire. And, people are saying the Klopp era is done. Look, I think it is. I'm not saying he's going to get sacked. I just think...
Do you think... Oh, look at that, Ten Hag. Fuck, I love that guy.
Stop swearing. You just got to be careful.
Sorry, I'm going to start swearing. Sorry. They're not watching anyway. Do you think... Because I've read something the other day as well, it's going to be more of a Klopp stepping down. Do you think he'll do that at the end of the year?
Look, I think so. And it's not... It's hard because, like, it's... I think it always happens. It does...
It's just a cycle.
It's just a cycle, and at the moment, it's not just a coach thing. I think it's a players thing as well. Like we have a lot of dead wood that we need to get rid of.
I mean, when and again, I'm being genuine now. When you guys subbed on James Milner,
it's
a little bit like okay.
It is,
and I understand why, because I think you subbed on Matip and Milner, and I think Klopp almost looks at that and goes, "Oh my goodness, I'm gonna get goosebumps." I think Klopp almost looks at it and goes, okay, we can't concede another 3 sort of thing. So I understand it from the perspective of let's just settle the ship. You've got to put on some experienced players. But it does feel like it's that transitional period. And whether Klopp has the sort of momentum and, I guess, will to then start this whole rebuild again. Obviously, it's not going to be as crazy of a rebuild as what it was at the start. But to start everything again, who knows? To me, he looks a little bit drained. No. Oh, my goodness.
Who was that? Who took the
Oh,
shot?
my goodness. Was that Varane? Varane's still crushing. Lewandowski
He's offside.
has taken a shot. That's a good ball in behind. Kotzi said he's offside. I think maybe it was on. Shot's gone past De Gea. Varane there. Still ruining Barcelona fans, huh?
Oh.
Rough for Varane. Better than Virgil van Dijk.
Okay.
Put some respect on his name.
No, he's offside.
Oh no, maybe Shaw kept it on. I don't know. But
No,
look at that! Look at that! Kotsu, look at that! That's my bruised ankle. Sorry. Sorry. I just.
Anyway, there's 1 minute to go. We'll continue. And then, he'll have his little celebration. We'll have to turn it off because we actually have to try and keep our podcast job.
Wait, this is good.
No, I agree. Look, I agree with you, Costa. I think everyone's a little bit drained, tired, again, but that's not an excuse. We're halfway through the season now. We've had a World Cup break, but maybe it is time and again, it's same as players. What manager are we even going to get if that was to happen?
I saw and I can't remember his name because it's proper German. The Bayern Munich manager.
I did. Yeah, I did see that. Look,
does he leave Bayern Munich for Liverpool now?
Look, the thing is, again, it was always Gerrard, and I don't think that's going to happen now. And it's funny because, again, it's like which player out of the best players in the world at the moment, who is there? Which managers are good? Again, Ten Hagen's gone to United. Mourinho's, he's another top one. Pep, there's all these different managers, but for us, who would we get? There's no, you don't want, is it too hard for us to get a young manager and go through that full? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to interrupt.
You. I apologise to the podcast viewers, but the full-time whistle goes, and United win 2-1 at home against Barcelona. And I know people are going to be out there, it's Europa League, it's not the same Barcelona that we know of the last decade. This is a Barcelona team that's probably going to win La Liga. That's what it's looking like as well. So they're a fantastic team. I think from a United perspective, this is a Man United team, and look, they're not happy. Barcelona. It's a Man United team where this is it. This is it. And you look at the buzz. Look at it. Ten Hag's at the bottom of the stairs, high-fiving he's high-fiving the water boy. And that's what you want. Because look, it's cold.
No, look, again, I've been there when my club's at a high, so
we could win the treble too. We are going to win the treble. But look, I think it's just that thing of you can see a change. And for so long, we feel like we're on the right path, and then something happens. I just think, and I might repeat myself a bit, you have to give Ten Hag credit for what he has done. And some might say, well, he hasn't really done anything yet. Okay, cool. But you look at it from today, from his first day to right now, the 24th of February, we are massive. I agree. You go, okay, what he has done. He's got it. Paul Pogba, gone. Let's not forget. Paul Pogba, out the door. Cristiano Ronaldo, out the door. We've got Weghorst playing as a number 10. And guess what? He's been solid. Yes, he's not scoring goals, but the pressure and all those stats that people are showing, because people love stats, through the roof, and it's helped. He's changed Rashford. He's made Rashford a completely different player. You talk about you talk about a Thierry Henry and Arsene Wenger sort of thing. I'm not comparing Rashford to Thierry Henry, but you look at the managers with the players. You're looking at, I think, a partnership that people will always remember this season. Next year,
100%. 100%.
But people will always remember what Ten Hag has done for Rashford and what Rashford has done for Ten Hag in this 2020. What are you in 2022?
2023, mate.
2023, holy shit. And it's just exciting to see. Now, we play only Man United. We'll go to Europa League. You go, okay, we're Man United. We should win Europa League. And then bang, Barcelona. So what's going to happen from now on? It should just be positive. We've got to lose another game. But guess what? At the same time, we're not. Because we've got to win. Sorry, I'll stop touching. We've got to win the Premier League. We're going to win the Carabao Cup final.
All right, anyway.
And we're going to win the Europa League, ladies and gentlemen.
Down to the other side of Manchester now. Because we've had enough Man United chat. We've had them live on the podcast. City draw 1-1 to Leipzig.
City. Only one team in Manchester, mate. Keep going.
Yeah, United of Manchester. Is that the team? No, okay, don't know that team, do you?
Stratford.
No, not
Stratford.
What's it called? Croatian youngster Guardiola is
Good player.
Scores after big mistake in the first goal, gets nutmegged.
Yeah.
But the question is, again, they got to go to the Etihad. We don't want to harp on it too much because we kind of always do. We always talk about it. But our City again, choking in Europe. 1-1. They were dominating, and then, of course, they scored late on. I don't know what time it was, but we won't spend too much time on this. But, again, are they choking in the Champions League once again?
I think City's a team, and I do think this will happen. I think City come out second leg and they win 3-0.
Yeah, look, I agree.
In all honesty, I think Leipzig are a good team. Don't get me wrong, but I think they're also the team where we might have had a bit of a mishap. Games are coming quick and
fast.
For
Yeah,
every team.
correct.
If there's a team that has a depth, it's obviously City. So
Mate.
I think maybe just on the day, a little bit poor away from home. They're obviously travelling. I think this could be the case of Leipzig come to Manchester.
Have a good start.
Haaland does a
and
double.
Then, no.
Someone else joins in for the third. And it's happy days. But it's becoming interesting. The whole Champions League. Now we're getting to the end of it. There's obviously Inter Milan as well. Get the 1-0 win against Porto. Shout out 1-0. Lukaku
scores.
Still knocking around. The Onana and Dzeko thing. You mentioned it yesterday, but I didn't see it. I saw the video last night.
Of the saves?
The Onana.
Oh,
and
yeah,
Dzeko
sorry. Yeah.
I love that. I love the thing. I to an extent, because you're looking at two professionals, and I think sometimes we're a little bit soft. You look at Onana, just give it to Dzeko, and Dzeko giving it back just as good. Do that. If they're saying, and we're assuming that they're talking about the right thing. I agree, but you got to hold yourselves accountable. I think this is what makes pretty good teams. If you can't have those conversations with players in your team, then I think that's where the issue is. Because you're in it together. You're a family. As all those sort of cringy stuff gets said, you're in the battle together. And if you feel like someone else isn't matching your level of willing to win, then give it to them. You got to let them know.
You do. It's constructive.
It's
in any team, any workplace, any wherever. I'm sorry. Just before. We're just looking at our notes. We'll just leave I reckon we'll leave the preview for the bottom. We'll just skip to maybe Aussie Abroad. Because we've spoken a little bit about Man United. But what we'll do is we're going to go to our lovely Aussie Abroad, our Socceroos Matildas section.
Love it.
The Matildas win the Cup of Nations. 4-0 win against Czech Republic. 3-0 versus Jamaica.
Check that.
3-2 versus Spain. So they do lift the trophy. It's a little bit like, I think all the women's teams at the moment having their little tournaments. Not again, I don't think it means anything. The little tournaments, but it's a good preview, good warm up for the World Cup in July and August.
The tickets come out again at 12 o'clock today, by the way.
Which games? Or just
for the Matildas, some of the Matildas games.
Damn, I actually might get some.
All the good games are in Sydney. So
I know.
Might head off to Sydney for a game.
I don't know who that is. Anyway, that's good. That's actually good. You probably. I'm being serious. You actually probably get tickets because I think after today.
Because I want to make some content. So.
Yeah, I was actually about to say you would actually.
I want
to get up there.
Vlog and stuff.
So that's happened. Chidiac is heading back. I think we spoke about last week. But
we did.
She scored, and she's heading back to America after loan.
She could be our little weapon. Heading into this World Cup.
As the 10 behind Kerr.
She's really hitting form. She's in good form. And the timing of it, it's looking unbelievable. And Chidiac could be one of those players that, the general sort of, and I think she's a very well-known player, but the general sort of, the same way Kerr has, just everyone knows Sam Kerr now.
I think
Chidiac could be one of those players coming into the World Cup and then post-World Cup, assuming she has a good tournament, could be one of those players.
I reckon she's going to have
She could score herself a move as well.
That's what I was just about to say. Big move, or hopefully big move. But no, again, we spoke about it a little bit last week. Again, we'll do a preview. Good little warm-up. But also, announcement this week that Matildas and Socceroos both playing England. So Matildas to play England Women's 11th of April in Brentford Community Stadium. Would have been good if it was at Wembley. They probably would have got a decent crowd. And then Socceroos head over to England to play England, 13th of October 2023. So we played them in 2017 or 16 when Rashford scored his first England goal. Then we played them, of course, back in 2001 where we won 3-1. Where did we? I don't know. I can't remember what stadium we played them. But there's the old photos. We bring that up 20 years ago. Somehow my father, George Katsanis, has got a work trip to that game as well in his itinerary.
Coincidence.
Yeah. No, it's actually a work trip, but yeah, all the best. But no, again, that's going to be good for us in October. We'll have a little bit of a fun with that, I'm sure, at Ultra. It's a big thing, England versus Australia, or, well, not as big, but you know what I mean. It's. But again, it'll be a good warm up.
It'll be cool
Matildas
just to see
versus
them, yeah.
England women's.
Be good to see where the Socceroos squad is at too, because I've got a good feeling that
Is there any international breaks like for us? Anything big?
I think
World Cup qualifiers?
I heard Ecuador might be coming down to play a friendly, but I think it's just a bunch of friendly games. But
Asian Cup actually next year.
Asian Cup too. So I think our team. I'll tell you what, it's looking strong. You've got
Then-
here Irvine scores his 4th for the season. Riley McGree scores his 6th.
He's
for
actually
the season.
Middlesbrough third.
Middlesbrough doing very
Carrick,
well. We might actually,
Carrick ball.
we might have to get Nate on. We'll get Nate on in a
Back
couple
again,
weeks.
yeah.
We've had Nate on a couple of times. It was just myself on the pod, and when I was a big Middlesbrough fan, and yesterday we were talking.
Oh, you missed it.
We were talking about some of the stuff. And Nate was going through it, and Middlesbrough, they're doing well, but I think everyone's catching on to the Carrick ball. But it's going to be interesting how Middlesbrough fare. And as you have just shown, Kotzi, we're going to go to Europe, a little bit of the Europe
Europe bash, rest of the world.
Plus rest of the world, yeah. You know, when you go into the FIFA, Melbourne City versus Sydney FC. Again, Melbourne City, they're a very solid team. Sydney
Yeah.
FC, a little bit, how's it going? Madrid derby, I don't know why you've put it in green.
Oh, if you read at the bottom, if you read the notes, what does it say?
One's in green, main bigger games.
Correct. All the best. That's why.
Obviously, the Madrid derby as well. Real Madrid, they're on good form. I think they'll get the win there. I totally forgot Memphis Depay went to Atletico Madrid, by the
He
way.
did recently, yeah.
Sheffield versus Watford. So this is how you know Kotzi does the.
Mate, we're just
Kotzi
putting
does it.
games. Actually,
Barnsley versus Derby, just in case you were interesting.
League One. Hey, all leagues, all forms. We love our football, don't we?
We love our football.
LA Galaxy, Los Angeles. We've got the Miami shirt. MLS starts this
I'm
week.
a big MLS fan.
Yeah,
People don't
yeah.
know that about me. I actually am. I don't watch it every week, but I actually am.
Who
I
do you-
swear
who
I'm
do you
alive.
support?
Why are
Who
you
do you
laughing? LA Galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm being serious. I've got LA Galaxy
yeah.
kit. David Beckham. Because David
Oh,
Beckham was
23.
there.
Yeah. Did you go to the game when they played Victory here?
Yeah, I did. I swear I'm alive. Fuck.
You didn't, did you?
Sugar. No, I did.
San Jose Earthquakes fan. Just bought a jersey a couple of days ago. Got one from America as well. So
Cool story.
when does it start? No, it's all right.
Melbourne victory versus Adelaide United. I don't want to talk about victory because they disappoint me.
They
Even
won
though we had a
last-
fantastic win in the
Derby.
derby last
He was taking that like,
It was
I
a-
watched every week.
It was a fantastic. No, I don't. I'm actually a bit sad. I don't know why. I'm just so
you
off victory.
explained it last week. It was
Yeah.
again. I think everyone's
Bit
a little
emotional.
bit. No, you should. Again, you should be. It's again. It's not your local
I
club.
don't know
but
why.
it's-
I've been a member for like 13 years, and like when everyone else doesn't watch it, I was always the one that would watch it. But I just really like the derby was
We
on
had-
last week,
we
and
had-
I'm just like, and I'm still checking the scores and stuff.
Oh,
but
of course. We head then to our homeland, Olympiacos, Panathinaikos, LRA. No, we're not going down to Oakley this week to Nikos. We're just
Jess Russo is heading down to Greece.
It's to see
tonight to see Jimmy P.
spoke to him actually during the
I have
week.
put it
He's
in order. How's he going?
He's good. It's actually funny. I asked him, I was like, what happened to the league? So, as can confirm, the major sponsor pulled out and didn't want to pay for everything. So, biggest Greek thing going around in the Greek league.
Such a 1-0 FC thing.
And then we actually head to Germany, Bayern Munich versus, you think I'm going to go say Dortmund because first v second.
Yeah.
Union Berlin.
Wow.
First v second, it's a 3-horse race down in Germany. Union Berlin just come off a 3-1 win against Ajax in the
Where
Europa
have they
League.
come from? Other than Germany and Berlin.
I have no idea.
Because honestly, I'll be honest, I can't tell you any of the players.
I can't. I've seen. Do you watch Away Days? Alice Patton? Platten?
I
He does
used
the.
to, but not anymore.
Not
only
anymore.
watch
I do, just because I like to see the jerseys. And his Away Days travels. He went not too long ago. Their stadium is literally like.
Is that the one where they all, like, everything is just stand up?
No. There's probably 2 stands, but it's a small stadium. It looks like, it's still
It's
a
proper
full stadium, but
yeah.
they've come out of nowhere. I don't know any players there.
Yeah, no.
Which is
Very
going to be.
interesting one. I mean, it'd be cool to see Union Berlin win.
Oh, look, you wouldn't be surprised if they start to fall off. But again, this week is a big test. Hopefully, again, if they win and Dortmund win, they'll go 3 points ahead.
Monaco versus Nice.
That's a nice one.
Nice. No, not your nephew, your niece. Jeez.
Marseille,
versus
PSG,
Happy
Messi.
days. Rangers versus Celtics, Scottish Cup final.
Come on,
This would
Scotland.
be awesome.
Ange.
What times again? Do you know?
Did not look. It did not look,
Might have
unfortunately.
to wake up to watch this one. Celtic.
You'll be
versus-
up, won't you? It's the same time. Hang on. I think it might be the same time or before the League Cup, English League Cup final.
Looks like I'm not sleeping then. Celtic will be interesting to see. Edge Postecoglou, we obviously know what he's doing there. It'll be so good for
Big
him.
Glasgow derby.
Just keep adding trophies, Edge, please.
I actually saw this week, I think it was on Facebook or somewhere, Ange is in line for the Leeds job, or he's rumoured maybe after the season or now. I don't think so.
Leeds would absolutely love him.
Yeah, but if they get if they get relegated and they go back down, I don't think
it's really how soon he wants to make that move, because it could also be the West Ham. I think West Ham could definitely be on the cards for him.
Yeah, could.
And West Ham, I think, will have the more money than Leeds. They'd have, Kenny try and keep a Declan Rice and players like that, Jared Bowen. They've got the stadium. They're probably better. They're probably better built for, I guess an immediate success. But it really does depend how quick he wants to go. I mean, look, if he waits 2-3 years, does a Liverpool come knocking on the door for an Edge?
Or again, there was rumours again about, I reckon, a month ago. I don't know. I think he can't wait 2 or 3 years. I just think it'll.
If I'm Liverpool, I'm going for Edge. Right now.
Oh, mate, if
he comes in with not as much pressure.
Yeah.
To an extent. Yeah. Because you go, look, okay, well, especially after this, but right now, I mean, at the end of the season,
you're
going to assume that you guys aren't going to make top 4. You're not going to really, you're not going to come back Champions League and win the Champions League. So he's got to come in off a season where you guys were poor. So people's expectations have now lowered. I think if he comes in at that time, you go, look, I've still got good players at my disposal. Now, how can I start to lift them back up? Not to say he has to go and win the league straight away.
I think if he was to come to Liverpool, he's done it at a big club. I don't care what anyone says about the Scottish Premier League. Of course, it's a little bit like the German and the French. 2 teams go for it. Rangers, Celtic. But to come in and do what he's done, to the way Celtic are playing football, the way he wants to play, of course, when he came in, it's going to take time. They drew, they lost, and everyone was, when he they love him down in Glasgow. If he was to come to Liverpool, of course, it's a little bit different. Again, the level of the league, where you got to finish, whatever. But we would love him there. Liverpool fans would love him. It's probably not the same as Klopp. He'd be smacking his chest all the time. But when he has to, he's calm, he's collected, cool as a cucumber. That bloke,
yeah.
Like he just knows. And Celtic is a big club. People forget. It's a Scottish Premier League. Like there's 12 teams. Like it's 100%. Nothing. Celtic is a big club, and he's done well. But again, I wouldn't want him to see, drop to a team where he's not going to win as much and he's just not focused on. He doesn't want focus. He doesn't care what people say.
Yeah.
So wherever he goes, he's going to do a job. He's going to make sure it's the best. And again, hopefully Celtic can add another trophy this week, and then again, hopefully they, at the end of the season, because I think Celtic and Rangers have to play a couple more times.
Yeah, probably.
He wins the league, so hopefully he adds a bit more trophies.
Definitely. So hopefully Ange pulls through, and it'll be interesting to see. Now, Kotzi, we've been going for quite a while, so I'm going to let's quickly go through the NPL stuff. Obviously, we went and watched...
Preston, Paco.
Yeah, we went and watched Preston versus Paco last week with Terence Carter on the score sheet. It was a pretty cool game, that as well. It's good to see the NPL. There's a real buzz. There is a real buzz building about
a lot of teams that this week you've seen have put in their expression for interest of the B League, which is good to see.
Fantastic week for graphic designers.
Oh mate, they're getting paid this week.
But I'll let you take it away. But just
I'll just quickly run through it.
Bentley Greens lost to North Geelong, and then Kotzi hit the floor, baby.
Yep, Bentley B lost to North Geelong, newly promoted team. So out of the 2, North Geelong got the 3 points. Heidelberg lost 1-0, so Thunder having burgers for dinner on Friday night. Oakley beat Gully 3-1. Salmon scores against Alex Salmon, scores against the Old Club.
So lucky for dinner.
No. Jago and Adolf, again, our guy from Ultra Nord to Ultra Sud. Assist and combination not enough for a win down at Oakley. Port Melbourne, Avondale, 2-2. I don't have much notes on this because, again, it's a draw. Kayo.
Stay tuned to boot shopping for that. You can see Paul Melbourne send back.
Altona Magic Hume 1-1. St Albans Knights didn't more score early from their, I think, French striker. Ivan Franjic, former Brisbane Roar. He played in Russia. Melbourne City, anyway, scores for Knights.
Brisbane Roar.
Brisbane Roar mainly, everyone knows him for Brisbane Roar. Scores on Knights' return after 15 years and now is captain. He was actually...
It was at Heidelberg, wasn't
He was at Heidelberg, but he used to be St Albans' #1 ticket holder. So he did the celebration. He was copying it from the other Croatian fans.
That's funny.
And then this week, Knights Oakley down at Knights, Hume Heidelberg down at Hume, ABD down in Broadmeadows, lovely Broadmeadows. Gully South down at Gully. My team, Moreland City versus Bentley at CB Smith, our new in brackets home for the season. Avondale Magic, North Geelong, first home game down in Geelong against Port. And then ending the Saturday night, Thunder versus Dynamo. So
Love it.
we literally could do a food, like, instead of games, just like a food list. And you got like Knights, Chavapi, Hume kebabs, Gully pastizzis, Moreland chips, Avondale Pascas,
Chips.
North Geelong Chavapi again,
Moreland
Thunder
chips.
Chavapis again. Well, we're like English, but we just do like our normal, you know. Like we don't have a cuisine, like we're not a background, but literally instead of games, we
That's crazy.
again. So it's Chavapis versus Souvlakis down at Knights.
Fuck, that's huge.
I probably
actually.
should not say that because someone might watch and kill me.
Somewhat racist.
Anyway, yeah.
Jokes, it is not for legal reasons. But no, it's good. I mean, I'll make it a little bit more of an effort to stay on top of things. And I guess the more people that I meet, NPL, let's get around it. Should be
Again,
good.
in the local, I did put 1-0 aside, but we spoke about it.
Yeah, we
Hopefully,
did,
once you
we
guys
did.
start playing, we'll put that in
Hopefully
there.
this time next week, we have guaranteed finals.
Wait, no, I was talking about
For the 11 side? Yeah. No,
Have you got any you should actually put something out, a friendly interest. If you get a squad
We've got one lined up.
against,
Um,
or you do.
Just the other Metro team at Collingwood City.
Hey,
Maybe Reservoir United. We might play against the 21s of Collingwood as well.
Yep.
But yeah, at the same time, if you've got anyone that wants to play a little friendly game against us, then go for it. I'd love to play against Collingwood City teams. Like, we'd get smacked, maybe.
No offence.
We'd get smacked.
Probably wouldn't be a good
Yeah,
idea.
I forgot we were staying in League One.
Just remember.
Yeah, no, I forgot.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kotzi, thanks for joining. Look, there's the cup preview, which I think we've touched on that quite a bit over the last couple of weeks. Man United versus Newcastle. I think it'd be huge for Man United just to continue sort of their momentum and the positive energy that's going on. Obviously, both teams will be at Wembley, so it's that neutral sort of ground for everyone. I think the Geordies will absolutely fill it out.
They will
as
be
well,
loving that.
which will be awesome to see Newcastle. At the same time, I wish it wasn't against United, but I think it'd be cool to see Newcastle start this new era with a trophy like this and really push them
Correct.
forward within sort of this whole transitional phase that they're going through as well. So, Coach, give me a quick prediction before we leave.
Ooh, I reckon Newcastle is going to win 1-0 in the last 5 minutes. Unfortunately,
I'm going to go 3-2, man. United.
3-2.
See goals.
Who's is the guy scoring? I just did it again. All the best.
I'll see. Awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for watching. Kotzi, thanks for joining me on
Another good
podcast,
Friday,
mate. We'll
good
see you guys
podcast.
next week. Hopefully, we might have a little guest on next week too. And again, if there's anything you want to hear us talk about, we are going through a lot now on the pod too. So let us know in the comments down below. Make sure to like, subscribe, keep an eye out on the socials for Ultra Football. Again, a couple of cool series coming out on the YouTube too. So make sure to check out that. Man United's got to win the treble. We're the GOATs. United's back in town. Ten Hag's the best manager in the league. Marcus Rashford is the most informed player in the world. And Casemiro is the best midfielder in the world as well. And Rafael Varane is better than Virgil van Dijk. And Lisandro Martinez is the second best centre-back in the league. Thanks for coming. David De Gea is better than Alisson as well, so put some respect on his name. Thanks for watching. Kotzi, happy days. Vamos Moreland.
Vamos Moreland, yeah. The eyes are upon you. Hopefully we get our first 3 points and it'll be a happy week. It was a good week of training. So, yeah, hopefully 3 points. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thanks for coming. Make sure to check in and check out Ultra Football. Coming to the store
That's actually a good one.
here in Abbotsford. I didn't do it on purpose. It was quite good.
In for out for in.
Anyway, I'm not sure what you're talking about there. But thanks for watching. Thanks for viewing. Thanks for subscribing. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.